I have shared my screen. Yes.
Yeah, you are audible, sir. They have replied.
Yes, I am audible. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Only 3 people are there. That's fine. Okay. Or otherwise, if you want me to wait for a minute, I can do it. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes. Sure. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Hi, everyone. Myself, Balaji. Sorry for the delay, and we have waited 5 minutes for others to join. Anyway, if you guys are good to go ahead, I will start. Yeah, fine. Anyway, I'm starting it now. Hi, myself Balaji. I'm working as a senior data engineer in Walmart Labs. I'm working as senior data engineer. I have almost 7 years of experience working with various companies and working on various projects completely on big data. I did my master's in computer science with specialization in big data analytics in Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai. Thereafter, I joined an intern as Tiger Analytics. Then I worked on various organizations like ThoughtWorks, Mask, and other companies. And coming to the agenda today, it is how to become a big data developer. Most probably, this is what I got from Aditya, saying that you are at starting level of your career. You just finished your grads, and you need to know a bit about big data and whether it is worth to pursue it or not. Shall I? The main agenda is what is big data developer at all, and what kind of opportunities you have, and generally what are interview questions, preparations, and all this stuff. That's the agenda of the meeting. Is everybody okay to go ahead with that? Shall I go ahead? Not getting any responses from the chat. Yeah, fine. Silence is acceptance, so I'm going ahead. Yeah. The main agenda of this one is why to choose big data, and what is the path to learn big data. Then after, what are the profiles you have, and how can you build your resume once you trained with big data tools and technologies. Then after, what are the sample questions, and just start it. How to just get started. That's the agenda of it, as we discussed. Then why choose big data? The thing is, in today's age, data is the most vulnerable commodity of all commercial success. If you see S&P 500 companies, S&P 500 companies in 20 years back and now, you can see more than 50% of S&P companies are based on just data, or one of their core component is data. What's happening is the value of the data is keep increasing day by day, irrespective of irrespective of which sector you are in. That includes if it comes to automobile, yes, you need the data. Either you are if you are social networking, definitely it is based on the data. Or any kind of business you do, retail, it is once again data. If you see all the DMart or any kind of Walmart, any kind of companies who are giving you less price for more value for the less price, because they know what is the pattern or what is the customer behavior. They know what are all the raw materials belongs to that particular product, and what is the variation on the all the base prices. They knows and they calculate. They have data and they make use of it. And where this big data is coming, and what is we can say data analytics, and why big data is coming up. See, if you see till late 90s, there is no big data. There is no big data at all. After 90s, we see a gradual increase. Even big data Google trend started in 2008, 2006, or 2007. But actually, in 90s, the companies recognized first with Google. When they started Google, they got to know. So now it is very easy. You type something in Google and you get something, some data, some information out of it related to your keywords. But in the back end, there is a lot of things happening. In the back, and it's not the one server which is giving you the solution. Earlier, traditionally, when the computer science developed, what they thought is, suppose if you got more data, will increase the size of the computer. That is the trend till 90s, and that is the reason countries have great pride in their saying that how many supercomputers they have. Why? Because they'll get huge amount of data in weather, in terms of weather. They'll get photos from satellites, which is multiple terabytes, and they don't know how to process it. Suppose you got the data, and to know whether there is a storm is there or not, or do you know what is the percentage of the cloud cover, you have to look and see, right? It's not one person can't do it. You will get bits and pieces of the data. You have to join all these things and look at holistic view to predict your weather pattern. And what they do, generally governments use it to do with the help of supercomputers. That is the reason there is a big trend. In your childhood, you might see, yeah, this country has this supercomputer, and it has more than 300 cores and all the stuff. As the data increasing, we are making our computer bigger and larger. Till 90s, when before Google, what Google did is, instead of scaling up, they scale out. What they do is, and what are the disadvantages of doing it is, operating system is different, and there are several optimizations, and that complex supercomputer has its own programming language. And once somebody made some another computer, they had their own programming language. It is not scalable, actually. What happens is, what Google does is, for buying big computer, we have to spend a lot of data, and what we can do is, we'll split up. What we can do is, we make cluster of computers work parallelly for us. Okay, we make cluster of computers. That means whatever the regular computer you got, that is cheap enough. Why? Because they are mass manufactured. And that's the economy of scale, once again, to create our normal computers. Why can't 2-3 computers together work like a cluster and do the same analysis? The Google has that thought process. With that thought process, they were able to scale and built the best search engine that time, and overtook Yahoo. Yahoo was before that, but Yahoo is not using it. That's a different story. Completely. That's the reason. This big data thing got started. Big data means anything that you can't process in a one machine comes under big data. If it is one machine, you just write a Python program, import pandas library, do some queries, you analyze some data, and you are done. You don't need any infrastructure, or you don't need any tool to process on multiple machines and maintain the integrity of the data and integrity of your analysis. Okay, there is no complexities at all. If the data is small enough, suppose for example in your desktop machines, in general student grade work machines, we can easily do 10 GB of data per day. If you give a day 10 GB of data analysis, we can do it. That's not a big deal at all. But if you have 50 GB of data, then you need to buy a gaming machine, which is more powerful. And if you are getting more than 1 TB of data and you want to do analyze, get some insight out of it, and you have to do some business there, the difficulty lies, or whatever the cream lies. How and why big data? Because if the data is getting huge, either in terms of social media or in terms of sensors or any kind of thing, collection of data is becoming bigger and bigger. At the same time, one processor is not enough to process. That's the reason we need big data related tools to analyze the data, whatever you have collected, and then get some insight out of it. And these are the either AI continuous intelligence is nothing but our regular business. Suppose today, what is the sale compared to the same day last year, and what is the sale, whether the sale increased or decreased for specific categories compared to the yesterday or compared to the last week. For a retail company, that is a continuous intelligence. Augmented analytics, blockchain, NLP means your chatbots. If you go to Swiggy, first it will, for Swiggy or Zomato, first you have to speak with chatbot, then the real person came in. That means they are productive enough to, if it is a general query, a bot can answer. But if it is too specific and you are too you don't need to hire 1,000 people of customer care people and just feed them whether they have work or not. You can just do it with 100 or 150 people instead of 1,000. But most of the common queries you can train something, and you can train your NLP algorithm, and you make the bot to answer. And once again, collection of that data. A person will see sample of those things, and he will see whether sample of those things, and he will categorize those queries again, and he wants to add some features to the new features to the NLP, he will add it and improve that algorithm more. What makes this is making human intervention as less as possible, and at the same time it will be accurate too. Training 1,000 people about your business is not a small thing. Also, it's not just the money; it's the time too. Yeah, and why big data? Because today any company's success depends on the data. There is no question, including bare minimum your cars also. Suppose before Tesla came in, we might thought automobile industry got away with this data mad run. But but today, after Tesla came in, even for manufacturers, data is very, even for automobile companies, data is very, very important. And it's a competitive customer driven satisfaction. That's definitely suppose anything, either good or bad. Somebody tweeted in Twitter good about you, somebody tweeted bad in good about you. It's not like companies don't look at keep on searching Twitter about their name. They have their API, and suppose I am working on a retail organization. What we do is based on our company keyword and based on our founders or any keywords associated with my retail chain, what I do is I'll search and get the data, and that might be some millions of tweets, and based on that I will cluster those tweets about the topics and I get to know which topic people are talking about me, either good or bad, and all these things. It's a continuous pipeline, and every day every day after the day pass 12 to 12, after the day pass, our CEO get the report of social listening. Is there anybody talking bad or good, or what is happening with my retail chain? Is there anything very bad that I need to take care of? And yeah, the same thing. You have large amount of data generated, and you should be able to get some insight out of it, or store it in an efficient way. Definitely usage of ML and AI driving faster. That means there is a huge amount of data is needed for AI, and once again these AI algorithms need to run on distributed environment. These AI algorithms also works on distributed environment, and these are the companies which pioneered using big data. They are very niche from the start itself. They started big data in 19. We got to know just 2008-9. We just heard of it, and in 2015 only, India's first big data based masters is introduced in VIT, and thankfully I'm one of the attendee. And coming to yeah, this is what is this? The average salary of a big data engineer. It is about 100K in US. I'm saying about some quality developers, and average is 10 lakhs in India and UK. It is pre-pandemic. The number is pre-pandemic. That means pre this COVID, but it has been improved significantly, around 40 to 50%. Post-pandemic, it has improved a lot, especially in India. It has been improved a lot in India. You can comfortably find 15 lakhs also just for starter, just for people who have 1 year experience. Yeah, and here is the importance of certification. One thing is you'll get to know, the people will get to know these things since you are just starting. If you have a reputed company tag in your neck, it will be visible. Okay, this guy is worked in this company, and this company is working on specific product, so he might know this. Because if you are a fresher, it definitely helps you to authenticate that you already know all these things. So whether to hire or you, they will take decision. And coming to how can you learn is one is basic mathematics and statistics. You don't need to go very much into mathematics and statistics for big data. For data science, yes, you have to go, but for big data, it's basic. You just need to know some basic math. What is average, mean, median, mode, what is standard deviation. You need to know some small keywords. Then after basic programming, yes, basic programming is the entry for an entry people. But if you want to excel, and if you want to be a creamy layer and other side of the spectrum, yes, you have to excel in programming language. Then database technologies, at least for entry, it is basically sufficient. For RDBMS, basic RDBMS is more than sufficient. But if you want to creamy layer, or creamy layer will get creamy package, simple. You need to excel in database also. Then some big data technologies. So big data coming under big data technologies, either you need to know Hive, Spark. These are the two technologies you should know to become a big data engineer. And some data visualization. It is an end-to-end, from here to here. It is an end-to-end. Everything little bit here and go, it is fine. Data visualization is completely optional, but if you know, that's good. And coming to big data, big data profiles, job profiles. Generally, for any big data project, there will be ingestion phase. That means we have to get data from somewhere. That might be in any shape, any form, and they might be coming with any values. For example, if it is a sensor data, for every second you will get the data, and you might be getting either coming it from Kafka or some other job queue or some API or anything, or there might be another backend database for there might be another backend database. We have to get incremental data from this thing. Incremental data from which is backend for front end API. That's the first one. You have to get the data, and then cleaning of the data. That means suppose you are expecting some column compulsory in your data, and that column might not be there in your record at all. That is one form of cleaning and data quality together will be will bind together. So then you have to decide whether that record stay in that. Stay in your table, or you just kick out and save it somewhere. And you have to calculate data quality metrics. This day for this batch, I got this many records for this table, and job took this much time, and this many records got rejected, and this many records are inserted into the table. Then find that is a collection of data, and cleaning of the data is done. Then get some meaning out of the data. The same, if you are a retail chain, okay, this category compared to the yesterday, how much, and today how much, and compared to the same day of last week, how much, compared to the same day of the last year, how much. You need to find out all these things, all these whatever the meaning you wanted to find it from the data. Then after, it might be you might need to predict, then apply data science to it. You might need to predict something with the data, whatever you have. Thing is, you have huge amount of data, and you have infrastructure or a cluster of machines which can save and process your data. And when you save a lot of data at the same place, you can compare it to see last 3 years, this is my performance, and what will be the sale of particular product by looking at last 3 years or 4 years. What is the trend of this? For example, umbrellas. Who will buy umbrellas on winter? Nobody will buy, right? For a retail chain, it's not one. There are millions of products in a retail chain. At the same time, it's not just umbrellas. Suppose what is the generally for retail chains, the peak will be on the weekends and starting of the week, and another peak will be on first weekend of the month, and coming to last weekend of the month, the peak, even though peak was there on the weekend, but it will decrease substantially, because that's the user pattern. If you want to find pattern out of that reports and visualize it to particular person who can make decisions for the business using whatever the analysis you did. And here are some example job profiles. Suppose, for example, it's a Spotify. You have deep understanding of statistics and experience working with real world data, as well as strong business case. The same time, advanced analytics, whether you have to use it or not. This is one spectrum of JD we have, and this is another spectrum. You have to get business insights, and you have data warehouse, and build process continuous improvement and continuous deployment for developing something, for developing high intensity data pipelines. And coming to resume building of the, and these are two spectrums. One is mixed with machine learning, the other one is mixed with the continuous CI and CD process and data warehouse kind of stuff. And how can you build your resume? Because it is data querying. Either you can use MySQL, NoSQL, JSON, and Excel. Just leave it. It's a basic. It starts with MySQL. You have to learn. You need to learn a bit of MySQL and one of the programming language, Python, Scala, or R. Why? Because Spark has 3 APIs: Python, Scala, and R. Whatever the language you want, you can write it. Scala is most preferable for big data engineers, and if big data plus data science, like Spotify kind of use case, you have to learn Python with Spark, and Nike kind of use case, you have to learn Scala with Spark. And coming to big data, you need to know about Hadoop and Spark tools, and then data visualization. Whatever the tool, you don't need to learn, but you should need to know. Why? Because whatever the insights you get and everything will be visualized through some visualizer tool. You just need to know something like the visualization tools are there. One of these boxes, either Scala with Spark or Python with Spark, will definitely help you. And some of the sample interview questions are: what are 5 V's of big data? Volume, velocity, volume, variosity, and all these things. These days, they are stopped asking these V's, and how big data analytics is helpful and transforming, and how can you transform unstructured data to structured data. If you are getting such, it might not just one unstructured, it might be some another formats also. There are different formats of the data. There are Avro format, Parquet format. There are different formats of the data. How can you change that? Or how can you change some kind of data from other kind of data? And what are the hardware, efficient hardware configurations you do for the given job? And what happens if 2 users try to, that means concurrency of your file system. If 2 people are using the same file in your file system for the same time, suppose if there are 2 tables, one person updating one, another person updating the same one, what will happen? Such kind of things. And it is how to get started means, I strongly advise you to go through one database, one programming language, and Spark with Hadoop. If you know, if this is the stack which is looking at. But even though you know little basic understanding of all these things, and together what you can achieve, you know the complete process of building pipelines and all this stuff, it is very easy to get it. And honestly, there are more number of job offerings than experts they are available. If somebody can learn quickly and able to perform, it's not like just because of somebody completed the course they won't get any opportunity. You have to excel in whatever the tools these have, and at least basic understanding of each and every moving part in the distributed cluster. Definitely there is a high potential in this stream. Yeah, that's all from my side. Any questions? Could you give us, suggest us which tools and techniques use higher education sectors? Definitely, Dr. Mohammed has asked me, how could you please suggest us which tools and techniques use higher education sectors? For higher education sectors, they should be able to understand SQL better. Then after SQL on traditional RDBMS better, and that is one. And either Scala or Python, they should have basic understanding, at least till loops, what is object and what is class kind of stuff. They don't need to know extensive programming language, but at least till loops they should be able to frame the logic. And with Hadoop or Spark should be fine. The same thing, whatever the stack I wanted to learn, I learned it in my master itself. Then there is another question. It's interesting. Secondly, 70% stakeholders and decision makers does not aware about data analytics, artificial intelligence as well. Yes, that the number is also quietly accurate. 70% of the stakeholders doesn't even make decisions on the basis of data analytics. They go with human intuition. Okay, and we have crossed that edge. What I felt is we have crossed that edge. Suppose, for example, a use case in Maersk, one of our data scientists find out that every time particular days of the month, for every 30 days, on an average for every 28 days, we are not sailing into particular ports. What are the direction? Maersk is a shipping company. Okay, we are not sailing ships into particular destinations, and he found out by looking at the data. Why not? If we are not going, some of our competitor might go, right? And it was asked to the business. Then business simply said, "Oh, every 28 days we have a lunar cycle. That is a high tide area. Not just we. Nobody will cross that area." Okay, that's true. That's true. Human intuition with 70% decisions is true, but only 70% is not enough. Now we are in an age where just 70% not enough. For example, do you know why Zomato stands for? We use more. Swiggy came first. Zomato used to be there just for reviews. Swiggy came first, but we are started using Zomato now because Zomato started reading us and then make decisions accordingly. And today Zomato is bigger because of the same reason than Swiggy. Why? Because delivery didn't started by Zomato even after 2 years of introduction of Swiggy. And the main reason is, for example, the recent one I can tell you. There is a Rahul Dravid ad with thread. Within 2 to 3 minutes, within 30 minutes, you can see an ad saying that a counter to counter saying that there is a gunda in Indira Nagar, so our delivery might late. They started interacting with people. Zomato is more started interacting with people and intuitive, and they didn't do that with 70% knowledge what they have. Definitely technology plays. At the same time, I'm not removing this complete 70%. Thing is, to do the business today, 70%, knowing 70% of your business is not enough. Any other questions? Any other questions? You can please post in your this thing. Yeah, I'm muting myself and Satish can take it over.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Balaji, for your valuable time, and the session was highly insightful. I really value and respect your time spent on giving some valuable thoughts, insights for all the career aspirants. who are looking out for complete career transition into the field of Hadoop, or who are looking out for upskilling into the Hadoop technology. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So hello everyone. I'm Satish. Okay. I'm the one of the senior mentor as well as a senior course advisor. Okay, with Intellipaat, and I've just made myself to just to okay spend my valuable 10 minutes of your time to you. So to guide you on the right solutions, what Intellipaat can able to offer. Okay, to all the professionals who are looking out for precisely into the field of big data technology. I hope everyone can able to see my screen. One second. Yeah. Balaji, hello. Balaji, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, but I'm
Can
not
you
able to
give
see.
me the access to share my screen? Can you just give me the presenter access?
One second, I think it's with me. I am the culprit. Sorry. Satish P, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes. One second.
No issues.
Make presenter. Sorry, it seems I am the culprit. You carry on.
No hard words. It's completely happens. It happens completely fine. So I hope now everyone can able to see my screen. Am I right?
Yes, I'm able.
All right, that's great. Okay, great. So fine. So first of all, thanks a lot for every participant for making their valuable time, trusting us on a thought process that you'd be getting some takeaways through this webinar session. And for sure, Balaji's insightful session was completely, which I liked a lot personally in terms of big data technology. It was highly informational for all the professionals who are willing to upskill themselves in the big data technology. So as a senior mentor, I've just volunteered myself to just spend 10 minutes of my valuable time to all the participants, just to give them a right solution, okay, in the field of big data offered by Intellipaat. So if you are sitting in front of the laptop, you can just go to our site, intellipaat.com. Okay. Once you go to our site, Intellipaat, just type HADOOP, Hadoop, okay, in the search bar, in the homepage. You can see a course called Hadoop Certification, Big Data Hadoop Certification Training Course in collaboration with IBM. So trust me, guys, this is the primary level certification what I would recommend for all the professionals or any career aspirants who are willing to expand their horizons in the field of big data technology. All right, and this program, trust me, guys, this is completely one of the most prestigious and comprehensive program offered in collaboration with IBM. So why IBM? First thing is, IBM is the world's #1 organization, or world's one of the leading innovators, okay, in the field of information technology, offering services, and has provided a lot of innovative things to the IT global market, precisely in terms of tools, technologies, consultation, ideas, everything. So, and since IBM is one of the predominant player in the global market, and the Intellipaat is a proud global authorized training service partners for IBM as well. And this prestigious program is offered in collaboration with IBM, where you will be certified by IBM as Big Data, Hadoop, and Spark professional at the end of the day. And as I said before, guys, and this program, if you could see, this Intellipaat's Big Data Hadoop training will be helping you to master yourself in Hadoop and Spark. to get ready for the Cloudera Spark and Hadoop Developer Certification exam, that is CCA 175 exam. And you'll also be mastering yourself in Hadoop Administration exam as well. All right, and this program is completely a practical program based, and this is not a program where just a trainer will be putting you a PowerPoint slide and he'll be sharing you the information. No, this is not going to work like that. It's completely high level practical, which comprises of applied and experiential learning for any aspirants who are willing to enter into big data or upgrade themselves in the big data industry or big data technology precisely. And giving you an outline of it, deep diving into the program curriculum. You can just click on that. You can just click on the curriculum tab. Okay, where you can see the first module itself is Hadoop installation and setup. Trust me, the Intellipaat mentorship stands out of the crowd in the market because we or our SMEs offer the mentorship practically, commencing the things from the scratch till the advanced level. So the module 1 is going to be completely Hadoop installation and setup precisely for you. So you'll be understanding, you can understand what you're going to learn, okay, on this Hadoop installation setup. And then we are going to teach you on introduction to big data Hadoop. So everything is going to be taught to you from the scratch page, so that you need not even have a second thought how the trainers are going to train you or how trainers are going to mentor you or teach you on those aspects. All right, so it's going to be Hadoop installation and setup, then it's introduction to big data Hadoop and understanding HDFs and MapReduce concepts, and then third option is going to be completely deep diving into the MapReduce concepts as well, where MapReduce you'll be learning to completely in terms of architecture of MapReduce and how the data can be effectively processed as well. All right, so you'll be working about, or you'll be learning about MapReduce from the scratch on the mechanism of MapReduce, understanding and the various stages, partitioners, combiners, completely, which involves a processing segment precisely. Okay, and then you'll be learning about Pick, Hive and Impala, Advanced Hive and Flume, Scoop, HBase, and you'll also be on top of it, post completion of Hadoop developer and administration part, you'll also be learning about Spark. See, trust me guys, big data Hadoop and Spark, there's not much difference. Hadoop is a framework which is used to process the data, and Spark is also an advanced level framework which is quite advanced than Hadoop as well. Depending upon the end user requirements in the project, they use either Hadoop or they use either Spark, depending upon the client or end user budget or the project bandwidth precisely. At the end of the day, okay, so the Hadoop works on completely, if you could see, what is it, in distributed computing format. Okay, and Spark completely works on parallel computing, which is Spark is relatively faster than Hadoop. For example, not to be more precise to the bottom line, if Hadoop can process 1 GB of data in 1 hour, Spark can process the same 1 GB of data in 30 minutes. That's going to be the difference. So Spark is a bit faster than Hadoop, okay, and Hadoop is a bit slower than Spark. But anyway, depending upon the end user requirements, depending upon the industrial bandwidth, the project bandwidth, okay, the Hadoop and Spark are widely used even today in terms of data processing segments. Okay, there's not much alternatives which has been found even today, and some places, depending upon the niche project requirements, they also go with PySpark as well, and which we know, which it's not, or which is not a major requirement today in terms of for any professionals or aspirants looking forward to expand their horizons in the big data technology, right? On let's trust me guys, and on deep diving, okay, into the projects. Okay, as I said before, this is one of the practical program where a lot of stress or emphasis lies only on the practical projects precisely. So if you could see, the trainers or the SMEs will be making you to work on multiple real-time projects, which will be similar to that of the live projects which is running in the market. All right, the project will be from diverse industry base precisely, starting or commencing from manufacturing, telecom, banking, finance, insurance, retail, e-commerce, supply chain, or media industry. Across diverse industry-based projects, you will also be made to work on this real-time exposure, combining with the real-time exposure, which will be giving you a better, more clarity in terms of understanding and deriving the insights on big data technology and its practical deployment or application as well. So, and at the end of the day, these diverse industrial projects will be giving you a better, more clarity in order to be a creative problem solver in the projects, and that's where you're going to be paid a lot, guys. Trust me. And on top of it, if you could see, At the end of the day, upon completion of the certification, as I said before, this program is offered in collaboration with IBM, and you'll be certified by IBM as a Big Data Hadoop and Spark certified professional you're going to be. And that is what it's mentioned there in the IBM certificate as well for you. And this complete program is meant for you to crack Cloudera, Spark, and Hadoop Developer CCA 175 exam, as well as the Spark and Hadoop Administrator exam too. So, and this program is highly viable and compatible for you to crack all the external exams. There is Cloudera, Spark, and Hadoop Developer Certification CCA 175. All right. Okay. And trust me, guys, deep diving into the key highlights of this certification. This certification comprises of precisely 60 hours of instructor-led interactive online classroom training, where the classes will be only on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. IST. And we do have a weekday batch, which is Tuesday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST. Whichever batch you're comfortable with, you can choose that batch, and you can swap your batches, and you can attend as many batches or as many classes as you want throughout your life, guys, which is the meaning of flexible schedule. For example, let's take if any of the learner over here is commencing the sessions in the weekends, and if they are able to commit 2 to 3 weekends consecutively, but later if they fail to attend the session, what to do? Don't worry, there is a break in the mentorship. They can inform the support team, and support team shall schedule them in a new different batch with a new different trainer. Like this, they can take up or retake the sessions once again from the scratch as per the content. Trust me, guys, this is one of the most niche and one of the most valuable feature where no one offers in the market except us. And like this sort of flexible schedule can be continued throughout your life, even after you complete the course, even after you reach a short-term goal of getting into a job or a career transition. If you feel that you have any doubts related to the curriculum, once again, you can retake the sessions once again from us from the scratch. Like this, you can attend as many batches or as many classes as you want throughout your life. And on top of it, you'll be getting 80 hours of high quality self-paced videos prepared by the tech architects. Okay, you'll be working on the self-paced videos, high quality e-learning videos prepared by tech architects or the industrial SMEs, where these course materials or the course materials comprises of the high quality e-learning videos, PDFs and PPTs as per the program curriculum, which is also lifetime free accessible and lifetime free updatable. And you can see about 120 hours of project. As I said before, you'll be made to work on 14 real-time projects, and also with the corresponding lab and hands-on on a real-time basis. And on top of it, you'll also be made to work on multiple business case studies as well to expand your skill sets in the field of big data, Hadoop, and Spark technology as well. On completion of all the topics, there'll be an assessment in your LMS. You can take up that assessment and you can self-assess yourself. And if you score 60% of the marks in your LMS assessment, you can also unlock an individual course completion certificate from Intellipaat. So like this, and at the end of the day, you are bound to do an IBM project as well. You can do that IBM project and you can complete that project, and you will also be certified by IBM as a Big Data Hadoop and Spark professional. Trust me, guys, everything is lifetime for you. Okay, 60 hours of instructor-led training, 80 hours of self-paced videos, 120 hours of project works, and certification, which is everlasting, which is one of the most valuable certification, which is globally recognized as well. Right. So I think this would be the best option for anyone who are willing to expand their horizons in the big data technology, or if they want to deep dive into the technology of big data and come up with flying colors in their career. Okay, I have a question from Amit. Okay, how about job assistance? Yes, okay, we do offer job assistance for the certification. Yes, first of all, what we do is upon completion of the certification, we offer a complete career mentorship sessions with the industry experts, where they'll be advising each and every learner on the right career curve or the right career path that they have to focus for the next 10 to 15 years. What are the companies they can target? How much is the package they can expect? What should be their ideal career curve? What are the geographies that you can look forward to work? Everything, completely a detailed career mentorship will be given to you. And then we ourselves will help the learners to build their resume. We ourselves will help the learners to build their LinkedIn profile. And then we share the frequently asked interview questions as well. And then we train you on the interview questions also. And then we start outsourcing your CV with 500 plus hiring partners globally. And trust me, guys, majority of the learners have got interview calls within 45 business days of time, because you're going to be IBM certified Big Data Hadoop and Spark professional, which is globally recognized, which is one of the elite credential that you're going to carry forward in your professional journey for the next 15 to 20 years, guys. Right? All right. So any other questions, guys? All right. Okay. Fine, guys. So this is the certification which I would strongly recommend for everyone. And this certification, as considered the fees part, it's highly affordable also. The program fee comes to just 22,743 as well. So, and on top of it, if you could see, this is a program fee, and exclusively for anyone who is interested to avail the certification, they can reach out to me on my contact info, or they can please don't hesitate to reach me. This is my email ID, my WhatsApp number, my contact number, everything I'm mentioning in writing. Okay, and I have 5 coupons for this Big Data Hadoop program with 30% off, flat off, only today, exclusively for the webinar participants. All right. So, and in terms of any career counseling, or in terms of suggestions or advice on the right technologies, you can directly reach out to me, guys. This is my contact info and everything. You can directly reach out to me. For your understanding, I'm just also putting the things in the chat for everyone's understanding, so that which you can make a note of it. And if you are interested, you can just reach out to me directly anytime, so that it will be easy for me also to guide you on the right learning path or right career path. All right. Okay. So 5 coupons are left with me. It's only for today. So the learners, whoever is quite interested or quite inclined, they can reach out to me directly, guys. All right. Okay. So, and other important key information is, if you could see, for anyone who are looking for a complete career switch or career transition, I would strongly recommend you, they can start with this program, because Java and Linux course comes as complimentary as well. So as we can able to offer the right learning path or the learning schedule as well, which will be completely sufficing your goals too. All right. Okay. So no worries, guys. So this is all about the certification pertaining to Big Data, Hadoop, and Spark. I guess I hope everyone would have been having a better clarity, idea, and understanding on the same. All right. Okay. If anyone is quite interested to reach out to me, they can directly reach out to me over WhatsApp or a call, so that we can have a detailed discussion. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thanks a lot.